Setting up payroll in Ag Expert Accounting is a simple process that ensures compliance with Canadian payroll regulations. Today I'm going to give you a step-by-step tutorial on how to set up your payroll settings. From your dashboard, click Payroll on the left. Click Employees. Let's start by clicking the Settings button on the far right. Here you will see a section for benefits, deductions, pay types, and remittance types. Ag Expert will automatically have most of the initial configurations set up for you by default. However, you can click into each of these sections and add anything that is missing. Each section will be divided into arm's length and non-arm's length. Make sure you add the appropriate benefit, deduction, and pay type under the appropriate sections. Remember, an arm's length deduction, benefit, or pay type is used for employees who are not part of the business nor a family member, and a non-arm's length deduction, benefit, or pay type is used for employees who are part of the business and or connected to family by law. The primary difference is that non-arm's length employees will not have any EI deductions taken off their pay. Let's try adding a new benefit together. Click Benefits and click Add under Arm's Length. Enter the name of the benefit you wish to add. Select the toggle to indicate if it should be factored into ROE earnings, if it is a cash benefit, if it is taxable, the expense account, and the option to include on HSF, the appropriate RL1 and T4 box options if applicable, and then click Save. Let's return to the previous screen. Now let's try adding a new deduction together. Click Deductions and click Add under Arm's Length. Enter the name of the deduction you wish to add. Select Custom Deduction under CRA Source or the most appropriate deduction type from the list. Here you can enter a maximum annual contribution and include an option to automatically populate the RL1 and T4 box options, if applicable. If the deduction does not require remittance, you will simply have to select an income or an expense account. If the deduction does require remittance, select the Requires a Remittance option, select a remittance type, a liability account, type in an employer rate, and then click Save and return to the previous screen. Let's click Pay Types and click Add. Enter the name of the pay type, the type of pay type, and an expense account. Select whether it should be included on vacationable earnings, include on HSF calculations, and the option to automatically populate the RL1 and T4 box options, if applicable. Click Save. We recommend checking with an accountant or visiting CRA's website if you are unsure with any of these settings. Now let's take a look at adding a new employee. On the left, click Payroll and click Employees. Click on Add Employee. Select the status of the employee. If the employee is ever terminated or goes on leave, you'll need to return here and update this field. Enter an employee number and fill out the occupation box. Select the date the employee was hired on, enter the date of birth, and enter their SIN number. If you do not know their number, you can enter 9 zeros for now. Select the employment code if applicable. Select whether the employee is arm's length or not. Select the pay cycle. Next, enter the TD1 federal and TD1 provincial claim amounts. These are the amounts that will determine how much the employee is exempt from tax. Click the blue link to proceed to CRA's website, where you can quickly find out what the basic personal amount is for the current fiscal year. Remember to ask your employees to double check this information, and that you will also need to update this information at the beginning of each tax year. Return to Ag Expert and fill in the TD1 boxes with the correct amounts. Accrued advances and accrued vacation is where the system tracks any outstanding amounts due to the employee for either advances or vacation pay. You can also enter the CN ESST rate, the RPP registration number, the last used RL1 number, and an RL1 box source code if applicable. Next, under Pay Types, click Add. Select one or more of the pay types that apply to this employee. Enter the gross dollar amount of the pay type. Next, under Deductions, click Add, and select all the deductions that apply to this employee. You can change this at any time, however, it will only change future paychecks. Under vacation pay, you can select the type of vacation pay that applies to this employee in the corresponding settings, or select no vacation pay to not calculate any vacation pay at all. Under benefits, click Add and select any benefits that apply to this employee. Enter the dollar amount of the benefit. Finally, select the most appropriate option for the employer-offered dental benefits. You can change these settings at any time, but again, note that it will only impact future recorded paychecks. Click Save. Repeat this process for all the other employees you wish to do payroll for in AgExpert Accounting. And that's it! As you can see, AgExpert is solid, simple, and built for the farm. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact our customer care team at 1-800-667-7893.